difference for you this camp compared to last year's camp?
I think my knowledge of the game, just knowing more, knowing my assignment better, and just knowing where my help is.
Last year, it seemed like you're mostly nickel. Are you seeing more time at both spots this year?
Yes. Last year I was mostly corner, but this year I started gradually playing nickel and just learning the coverages, the blitzes, and just knowing where my help is and where everybody is supposed to do.
Is nickel more challenging in some ways?
I would actually say it's more fun, because you get the blitz, get in the run game, get your nose dirty. That's kind of my style.
It feels as if you've taken a little bit of a step forward this camp. What did you do in the off season to make sure that happened?
Mainly just work. I watched a lot of film actually too. Just reaching out to Kawan Williams, Jason Verrett, Emmanuel Mosley, and just kind of just picking their brain and just see how they, made that step from their rookie year to the second year.
Everybody seems to bring up Verrett when it comes to advice and discussions and stuff like that. I mean, it sounds like there's always people around his locker. I mean, is that sort of what he's known for, just kind of dispensing that advice?
Yeah. JV, he's a dog. Coming out of TCU, it's kind of a guy that you kind of looked at, with coming out in the draft process. Especially his debut or his rookie year. He was all pro, and you kind of just lean on him for advice because he kind of been there and he kind of done it. So just look for him for advice.
Anything else for Demo?
Yeah, what was last year like for you? It seemed like you got off to a strong start. You had a uniform on game days, and then you spent a lot of the time after that kind of inactive. Was it frustrating? Like, how did you approach it?
I think I just needed to develop more. Getting that mindset of some games you may play and some games you may not. Still gotta work. At the end of the day, this is our job and this is what we do for a living. So you just gotta fit in where you get in.
Emotionally, how was it tough on you?
I wouldn't say it was tough. I mean, I had a lot going on at the time. I had lost my cousin. I mean, I really didn't announce it because it was just something just from, I like to hold in. I had lost my cousin. My brother was paralyzed, so it was just kind of a lot for me.
This all happened during the season as it was going on?
Yeah.
Great.
Has football been kind of a release for you to be able to, kind of get out there and enjoy?
This here is my happy place. Kind of take my mind off things. I can be able to enjoy and do something that I love with my brothers.
Refresh my memory. Did you go away from the team for a while?
Oh, no.
The whole time last year.
How's your relationship with Ambry? You guys came in at the same time, both competing for spots. You guys bounce things off each other and that kind of thing?
Yeah. We watch film together all the time. Ambry, I mean, a lot of people might not know. I've been knowing Ambry since we was in high school. We went to the Army Bowl together, and we went to the Nike opening together, so we played on the same team. I was actually on the team with a bunch of Michigan commits at the time, but I was the only Oregon commit. And just him being a dog, that's what kind of made me, draw on to him, and, we was kind of close there.
Came on towards the end of the year and made some plays, and one of those deals where you're really happy for him?
Oh, yeah. All the time. I'm always excited for when a guy makes a play, whether it's a starter or whether it's a second string, third string. I'm always happy.
Anything else, Ed?
Thank you.
In the preseason, wondered why you weren't a 1,000-yard rusher in college.
If you look back at it, they brought in Jahmyr Gibbs. He's a player, so he had to play him. So that's my dog, and we had to share the carry. So just yeah.
What's it been been like for you to get this opportunity here with the 49ers this summer?
Just honored and blessed. You know, just to know that I'm in the 1% is, I mean, I'm just here just to, you know, make my family proud and the people that support me proud and, you know, just putting on for the 615. That's all.
What did they say to you to convince you to join the 49ers? 'Cause I'm sure you had other options.
You know, well, this just fit my running style, so I was just like, why not? Let's go, you know? So.
How do you say it? How do you feel it fits your running style?
Like just 8 yards deep behind the QB, and let's go wide zone, let's go inside zone, you know, and I think that fit my run style.
Talk about maybe one cut and getting upfield. Is that something that feels natural to you?
Yeah, that's just natural. It just comes to me. It's in my play.
What's your background with zone running and the wide zone and things like that?
For a minute I didn't have it. At Georgia Tech, we had the triple option. So at first I wasn't, but then when the new coach staff came in, I feel like we ran a little bit of wide zone and stuff like that. So it's just my play, you know. That's just my run style.
Is your experience in the triple option helping you with some of the college style run concepts you're doing out here?
No, I don't know. I mean, I ran it in high school too, so I kind of came from that style, and I feel like just coming with the triple option, I think that was just more physical than you know, the wide zone and stuff like that. So, yeah.
What do you think it is about the running back position that it seems like more than any other position, guys that are drafted like really late or not at all wind up making teams and contributing right away, maybe more so than any other position?
What was your question on that?
What do you think it is about the running back position that guys that are not drafted or drafted late, like last year, Elijah Mitchell led the team in rushing as a 6th-round draft pick, and that happens a lot in this league where running backs taken fairly high don't gain as many yards as guys that are drafted late. What do you think people miss on, or do you have any clues on why that is?
Nah, no clues. You know, that's above my pay grade right there. You know, you pay people to scout us, and so just I hope they look into, you know, the scout what I got.
You, Jeff Wilson, Ty Davis Price, you guys finished runs with a lot of power and violence. Is that something that the coaches talk to you about when you watch the film and when you go through practice?
Coach Lynn has said something to me like he just loves the way I finish forward, and yeah, that's about it.
Anything else for Jordan? Thanks, Jordan.
Hey, thank you guys.
Overall, where this offense is right now.
I mean, it's still a work in progress. Now, we haven't made it by any stretch of the imagination, but, you know, we got a play call that's the best in the world. So, you know, our game plans and how we execute is a huge deal for this offense.
How is Jason Poe coming along?
He's coming along. He's coming along. He just continues to win his matchups, and he plays like his hair is on fire. Obviously, there's a lot to this game that he has to learn, but you know, I think everybody's pretty excited with the strides he's made since OTAs.
Well, he's 6'1" and doesn't have a long. Well, maybe not. I mean, you know better than me. But you know, the whole thing is, you know, a guy with that height and that length arms isn't supposed to be able to block well, but he has. What is it that he's doing that has allowed him to kind of make up for that lack of length?
Well, you said it, the 6'1" or whatever. And he could be 6'3", who knows? Could be 5'11", we don't know. But that naturally gives him leverage. And he's explosive. He's a very quick guy. Even if you get him, he always has a chance to recover, which is, you know, it's not common coming from an offensive guard position. Usually those guys don't have a lot of room to recover when they do have a chance to recover, but you just never really see that type of athleticism coming from the guard position. And I think that's why he's been successful, because he uses his attributes to his strength and what we may see as his weakness.
I'm sure everybody at this time of year talks about wanting to win a championship, but some of your teammates have kind of openly said that is the
Goldie standard here this year. How much do you feel that on a day-to-day basis, just being in that locker room around the team?
I mean, yeah, it's when you come that close last year, and you know that essentially the NFC Championship was the Super Bowl, and in our eyes, two of the best teams in the league, in my opinion. So when you come that close to actually being to the big dance, it's hard to taper down your expectations for the next year, especially when you think the team is just as good, if not better. We'll see.
Kind of alluded to this with your first answer, but when we watch practice, it kind of looks like you guys are having a difficult time, and Trey's having a difficult time finding open guys and completing passes. Do you kind of fall back on that? Yes, but it's going to be different in the regular season because you can set up plays, you can go after weaknesses, you can game plan.
Yeah, it will be different. Obviously, instead of going up a defense, which we don't game plan, which, our first 20, 30 plays are scripted, and the script is just not for our eyes. It's universal. So Fred Warner can easily pick up an offensive script and kind of know what's coming. Not saying that he does. Not saying he don't. I'm not putting that out there. But, it makes it's difficult. It's always like that during training camp. It's been like that every year I've been here. Last year was just as tough. Year before was just as tough. That defense is incredible. They play extremely hard. They only have one speed, so it's a great learning tool. It's a great measuring stick.
Any frustration on your part, just kind of seeing how things are fitting together this summer?
No, I don't really. It's a long season. If I'm getting frustrated in training camp, whether it's going to say about week 4 or week 8, week 9 or week 17, the extra game. If I'm frustrated now, how do I keep my head then? And playing offensive line is all about being consistent, and not getting too high, not getting too low. So I take that approach with pretty much everything.
Remind some of the younger guys that or especially trying to make the team, stuff like that, it's you got to take it day by day.
No, because they might not have to week 17 or to week 8. So no, they got a crunch, and that's really what training camp is most likely for, is for getting the younger guys up to speed. And so no, they have to take advantage of every rep they get, every individual, watching the guys in front of them. No, they should be on they should be a sponge, soaking everything up day by day.
Mosley was in here yesterday, and he was saying that, being named Pro Bowl, All-Pro, NFL Top 100, that's all important stuff to him. Like, he wants to strive for that.
Right.
You've done all that. Was that stuff that you strove for? Did it just happen? Or how did, the top 100 things coming out this week, you'll probably be in the top 10,
I wish.
How does that stuff affect you?
I'd be lying to say, because offensive line, we don't score touchdowns. We don't have passer ratings, and we don't have, rush yards or receiving yards to keep up with. So, yeah, I mean, getting those accolades are important because it kind of gives you an idea of where you at and what your peers think about you, not just in this building, but outside of the building and the people you compete against. So, yeah, it is extremely important to me. Every year it's on my list of goals, especially Pro Bowl, and, I only made one All-Pro, so, I'm kind of lacking in that department, but it's always gas in the tank.
Did you fill out a top 100 ballot, and do you have to name 100 players on it?
No, I believe that you named 25, but no, I didn't get a ballot. I don't even know where they was. So.
Got Poe, Horford, Drake Jackson, Davis Price, Danny Gray. A lot of rookies seem to be making some impression this summer. I know maybe you don't think about it this all the time, but is there a sense that you got a lot of really talented rookie players out there on the field this year?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we got a lot of talent in the first year, second year, third year, even fourth year. They did an incredible job building this roster from top to bottom. So that's one thing I've grown accustomed to coming here. When I came, it was I don't even think Aziz was a starting linebacker. I think it was Quan. But me seeing Aziz in practice, I'm like, this dude's pretty good. I don't know how long they're gonna be able to keep him on second team. So, I bring up that example because it's been like that for majority of my time here. I always see, younger guys, and you continue to see them blossom, and they continue to make strides, and they continue to take heed to the coaching, and they continue to develop. And I think it's just hats off to the front office, the coaching staff. They do an amazing job.
With Poe and his small school background, Mercer Community College, as you say, what did it take him a second, to realize he does belong here, or did he carry himself with a swagger from the start of training camp? That even though he is a small school guy, he felt like he belonged.
I can't speak for him to say whether he felt like he belonged. He always looked like he belonged. The confidence he plays with his, like I said, his attributes, low center of gravity, his natural leverage, and he's stronger than ox, and he's quick as a cat. So having those attributes, to me, I would assume that he belonged. But it's still a long way to go. It's just first training camp. There's so much that he hasn't seen yet. But he is definitely ahead of the curve. Definitely playing a lot better than anybody could imagine, being where he came from and the type of football he played last year. For him to be, blocking Javon Kinlaw and guys like that, coming from Mercer. I don't know if it's university or whatever it is, but coming from Mercer, I'm pretty sure he didn't see too many guys that look like 99 or 91 or, those guys. So the fact that he even comes out here and he's able to put his best foot forward every day and continue to get better, I think it says a lot about him.
He said he tries to model himself after you. Called himself like a baby, Mason and Trent Williams. How do you feel about that comp? Do you see that a little?
Yeah, I definitely see it in his athleticism, his strength. I've seen it this offseason, seen it in his work ethic. He has that, what they call that dog in him, stuff you can't teach. And, I think if he continues to stay on the track that he's on, I think he's going to be a good player in this league for a long time, a good player for this franchise.
No, I was just letting you know, it is Mercer University.
Mercer University? Yeah. I didn't know. I didn't want to throw that university out there and it was a college or ITT Tech situation.
You've replaced all three spots in your interior line, and McGlinchey's out right now and may not be ready for the opener, or he may be. And you're the only one that's, rock solid from last year. How do you feel about the development of the line as a whole, and how is that coming together?
I feel really good. Obviously Jake is new, or if it's Dan. Dan played a lot of football for us. But even though Jake wasn't in the starting lineup last year, he's still a dude with a lot of knowledge, played a lot of ball, and can get guys going in the right direction. So, I know that the inside is new, but it doesn't really, to me, it doesn't feel like we're in some type of rebuilding phase or anything. It's like, we got a second rounder we plugged in, and Aaron Banks, and we got, Spence, fourth round, I believe, and he's a guy that probably has first, second round talent, and we got a steal in the fourth round. So, it's not like we're putting journeyman in there. These are guys that they drafted with a purpose and a purpose to help this franchise. And, I think they're doing the best job they can do, and, we'll see during the season. That's really the only real measuring stick you can kind of use,